The World Bank has approved a $497 million concessional loan facility to South Africa's Eskom for the repurposing of the first amongst 3 coal-fired power stations up for decommissioning. Now, the deal is meant to support the power utility's energy transition strategy to repurpose power stations for renewable energy and also natural gas. Here's Sumitra Naidu reporting.
12 years ago, the World Bank loaned Eskom $3.4 billion to build Medupi, a thermal coal power station.
Medupi was built, but it was built with a lot of mistakes in the modeling. Some of them were attributed to corrupt procurement practices, and the project has been beset with a lot of problems ever since. It was supposed to introduce new power to the country of almost 5,000 megawatts, and yet in the event what we've seen is a lot of the units have been breaking down continuously because of the poor design and the rushed nature of the project.
Now the World Bank is assisting Eskom to decommission old coal-fired plants. The first tranche of funding, close to $500 million, has just been approved. The Komati plant was switched off on the 31st of October 2022.
Komati Power Station is going to be the first in a series of coal-fired power stations that are going to go through a decommissioning process. And you know, we're all acutely mindful that we can't be decommissioning into a vacuum. We've got to be making sure that the grid remains stable and that we've put power onto the system in advance of the decommissioning.
The plant will be converted into a renewable generation site powered with solar, wind and storage batteries, adding generation capacity to the grid. But part of the loan will go towards transition programs for the communities that built up around the power plant.
I have already said that we need more grant funding. Now the plan analyzes the funding categories, and it does put forward that grant funding amounts to 329 million. As it is adopted by Cabinet, we're going to be putting a number of those arguments forward.
South Africa will still need a lot more funding to completely transition away from coal. The president and his team of ministers plan to secure more financing agreements at COP27, which kicked off in Egypt this week. Sumitra Naidu, CGTN, Johannesburg, South Africa.